All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Light a Joint with Ida. I am Ida Pearl Lee. And today, Dori Edwards is joining me. Hi, Dori.
Hi everyone.
How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
So, the whole point of this is for me to interview women who are in cannabis, who have made an impact and are continuing to make an impact. And I just want to, glorify women and being in the cannabis industry.
Thanks, Ida.
Yeah. And in doing that, I want to roll a joint and, just talk and have a conversation and get to know you a little bit better.
Perfect. Sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Way to start the week.
Right? Monday morning. So, Dori, what are you passionate about?
Oh, so many things.
So many things.
Yeah. I am passionate about natural living, getting people back to whole, helping people get back to wholeness, helping people feel better through my topicals, like the pain relieving topical that I make. I love the idea that it helps them feel better in a little way, like with their pain.
Can we talk about that for just a second? Because I make a topical pain reliever too, and it just amazes me. There's nothing on the market, pharmaceutical wise. There's these pain patches that you can get, but there's not an actual lotion. And people don't understand, like when you have sore muscles or a headache or your back's aching, like you can put this on, you can massage it in, and within minutes, like your muscles are relaxing and you're able to I can move a little easier.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. I love the topical market and the application. A lot of people are nervous or they don't want to be high. They don't want to ingest the cannabis. And this is a great way for them to be able to have the benefits of it with
well, and it's understanding too that it doesn't break the blood-brain barrier, so you don't get high. So you can take a drug test and not test positive for cannabis by using just a topical.
Yeah, it's great.
It is great.
I like it.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. It's all right. We're just chatting. No, I'm passionate about dance. Very passionate about dance. Passionate about. Like I said, just anything natural, all kinds of, I've been eating organic food since I was 19. So
oh, wow. Okay.
30 years now.
That's a long time. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Clean water.
Okay. You started early.
I did. I haven't been drinking fluoride water for 30 years.
Okay.
Been really passionate about fitness and just, how to keep our bodies strong and healthy from the inside out. And meditation. I love meditation. Yes. I found that about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I just absolutely love it. I wish everybody did it.
So if someone wanted to ask someone who's never meditated before, what would you how would you suggest they start meditating and why?
Okay. It's a great question because there's lots of different ways to get into it. Yeah. My favorite is Vishen Lakhiani. He's from the Mind Valley Academy. He was a computer engineer, and computer engineers love to hack things, So he found a way to hack, meditation basically by doing this 15-minute meditation. He has it online on YouTube. It's a great place to start because he kind of, takes you through this 6-phase meditation where you just end up, it's 15 minutes and you come out feeling amazing. The biggest thing is quieting the mind and losing track of time. Right. I also love Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've studied him in depth, and he helps people understand like getting into that stillness or the void, and activating the pineal gland. And it's just really the discipline that you're going to do it, because I had to sit in the same spot every day for 15 minutes. I would, give myself that time. And it took 3 months before I wasn't like squirming and looking at the time and, oh my God, only 5 minutes went by.
Right. And your thoughts are racing.
Yeah. I have a very overactive mind. And I would always be like, yeah, I meditate when I'm jogging in the woods, but it's really not true.
Right. There is a difference.
There is a difference. Yeah. It is, they say one thing I really liked was meditation is listening source, our God, and praying is talking, and like how often do we actually practice listening even to each other?
Exactly.
And so it is. I do a lot of my manifesting in meditation, which is why I love Vishen Lakiani, because you get in that space of stillness and like that high vibration resonance, and then you can visualize and play and imagine your future or your perfect reality, and just play in that field.
It's the imagination that we used to have as kids.
But it's activating it with emotion. So it's like, how do I vibrate with that resonance of like, perfect health, or the kind of money that we want to generate, or what we're doing in our day, that brings us, and then activate it with the excitement of having that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for explaining that. For me too, I notice when I meditate, I'm actually easier, or I'm more able to stay less triggered when I am in a position to where, things are triggering me, and I'm able to quiet myself, and instead of responding really quick, I'm able to take a deep breath and say, okay, how do I want to react to this? Do I want to fly off the handle? Or can I, stay calm and look at this objectively?
Yes. And it is, when you say take that deep breath, it's exactly what it is when you have a practice. They call it a practice for a reason, because when you practice meditation every day, you can take that one big deep breath and you're right back in that space. So you can have a little bit more control over like responding right then and there, reacting, I guess, or like waiting and breathing and letting breath infuse into it, and some grace, and then responding later. Right. Which I was always a quick fire, sharp tongue responder. That's not always healthy.
I know. It's interesting, like how the older we get too, I feel like it's like perspective. It's like, all right, calm yourself down.
Right.
You're not that important.
Right. Yeah.
Oh goodness. So I have a little travel case with me.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a little those Beats container.
Oh yeah.
A little holder.
I like that.
Keep my stash in here. Yeah, Jim hooked me up with this.
I like it.
So today I am smoking Glorious Ghost. Have you heard of that before?
No.
You want to smoke this, or what do you got going on?
I have the little bit I have left from Grasshopper Farms. I think their logo is adorable.
Oh, that is adorable. Oh my goodness.
My son brought this home from the
it's a pot leaf
Reggae on the River Festival from
butterfly,
Ypsilanti. Yeah, look, it's just adorable.
It is cute. I really
And they have this hot pink. Don't look at my nails. They have this hot pink sparkly logo on their big pound bags.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know, I love it. And this is what is it? Sunny D. And it's just full of terpenes. It has
oh wow, yes it is.
3.34% of terpenes, which is really high.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's super yummy and light, and it's, it's nice for a work day.
Heck yeah. You're still able to get some stuff done.
Right. And then I've been mixing a little bit of, American Spirit tobacco.
Okay.
And just because I really love tobacco.
Nice.
And I don't smoke it only in the spring.
Only in the spring. There's nothing wrong with that. No. We all have our vices.
Yeah.
So I think we met a couple years ago through the association, right?
Through MICA.
Yeah. And then we just have mutual friends, and we've always kind of been in the same place at the same time. Right place, right time.
Events, exactly.
Yeah. And then we just kind of cultivated our relationship from there.
Yes. Yeah. You were always one of those women I, looked at. I don't know, fondly is the right word. I always admired from, and then I would see you at events, but we never really had time to connect or talk too much.
Right.
So when we were in Jamaica at the same time, I was so excited that you guys were going to come stay at where I was staying. So we had time to hang out.
I know.
That was great.
That was amazing, which we'll talk about that.
That's just the way the universe works, right?
It is. It totally is. It's all about timing and right place, right time.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So how did you get into the legalization movement?
So I discovered cannabis when I was about 19, I guess 18, because I remember my mom finding a pipe.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, I was late to the game, like, because all my friends I think were smoking, but I didn't realize what they were doing, and I was drinking, basically, because that's what I saw around me. But when I found cannabis, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't so wasn't crazy about it. I didn't smoke a ton. And then when I went to college at Michigan State University, I attracted a group of friends who smoked really great high grade.
Okay.
This was back in 91. So, and I ended up, and I enjoyed it for partying and whatnot. And then, moved to Colorado, and they had really great herb in Colorado. So I was spoiled by really great herb from the start.
Right.
And then I grew my own. I started growing outdoor a couple years later, just guerrilla style, like different. I'd hike around to different properties and grow. And
I like that word, in guerrilla style.
Guerrilla gardening. And just a plant or two, here and there, just enough for myself, because I was, maybe a young entrepreneur where I realized that I didn't want to pay for my cannabis. So I'll buy an ounce and I'll smoke an eighth for free. And then it kind of grew from there. But
you figured it out real quick.
I did. I figured it out quickly. I realized that it really helped. I was working for the health department, doing a very stressful job, teaching high schoolers and middle schoolers about self-esteem and different issues that were painful. And so it really helped me decompress at the end of the day, and it wasn't until 2000, until I opened the dispensary, that I realized it had so many medical benefits, honestly, which is unreal, that I was just drawn to the path of patient rights. I was, eating organic, like I said. I learned from very young that our medicines, the pharmaceutical industry, had a lot of negative side effects and weren't really dealing with the root cause of issues. They were putting a Band-Aid on things. And I didn't like that philosophy of medicine. So I believed in natural medicine, herbs, oils, essential oils, and cannabis, and
plant medicine.
Absolutely. And so when it became legal here in 2008, I was like, this is exactly what I want to be fighting for, is people's choice to have this medicine, because I learned, through my dancing career and all that it helped with the pain in my back. It helped with my focus. It really did, help me focus. Some days, I have a little bit of ADHD or whatever, and it's really hard for me to sit down and focus. So self-medicating, I think, was really, I have scoliosis in my back, and my back was in so much pain, and it really did help. And I think I was just drawn to it intuitively without really understanding that it was that we have receptors. And I didn't know that back then. So I was excited to learn all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Were you looked at differently because you used cannabis?
Oh yes. I was definitely.
Family and friends?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I attracted friends that were accepting of that. I didn't have a ton of friends that weren't. But in my careers, I was a teacher, early childhood teacher, and I was definitely did not share that information. And so with my family, it was definitely, I was the black sheep for sure. My dad was in Vietnam, and he, his fellow soldiers were into cannabis, and he didn't like it. He thought they weren't, actually he was on a lookout way up high, and two of them were smoking underneath, and they didn't see a sniper or whatever. And he shot my dad out of the thing, and he fell on his back. So he blamed that on cannabis.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So then when I smoked, he never stepped foot into my dispensary until the day I sold it, or, got transferred the board or whatever. Yeah. And he just stood at the doorway and looked in. Oh my goodness. And okay, so, and then he passed away. So he never really got to see kind of that was still early,
Mhm.
2013. That was before regulations really kicked in,
Right.
and it became more acceptable in Michigan.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
but
Aw.
now my mom trims for me. My
Okay.
brothers, it's a
Right.
family business now.
In a way, it's come full circle
It
then.
has,
Yeah.
Both my brothers are caregivers, and my mom trims for us all. So they got in line with their big sister.
That is so cool. That's really cool. That's nice that, everyone was able to, just to have those open communications and,
Yeah.
and understand, again, it has medicinal purposes and
Mm-hmm.
then why you're using it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not just, a pothead being lazy and the traditional, stereotypes that unfortunately are associated with it. And it's
Yes.
a lot of it's from TV and
it is. It
it's
is
political too.
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
Mm-hmm.
When I set out to open my dispensaries, first Ganja Mamas in 2010, and then Sticky in 2011. We
Mm-hmm.
did that one.
Wow.
And then Bloom in 2015.
Oh my goodness.
The whole goal of mine was to recreate the image
Mm-hmm.
that we were professionals, and so I would ask my employees, like, please dress like business casual.
Right.
Because I wanted to break down the barriers of a professional coming in, and when you look the same, you look
Mm-hmm.
similar, you can relate with clothing or style or whatever. You can be like, okay, that barrier is not there. So
Mm-hmm.
there was already enough barriers for people or hurdles to get over in their own psyche to come into the store and make the choice for their health and their medicine.
Right.
So that was a major one for me to like change the image of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the little old ladies that would come in and they're like, I saw my sister, go downhill with pharmaceuticals, and I'm not going down like that, and they'd come in all sassy, like choosing their marijuana, and their husbands are all like, oh my God,
right.
What is she doing?
You get to a point though, like when you're in a certain amount of pain,
yes,
you're kind of willing to try anything at that point. Like you're so open-minded, that, hey, let's give it a shot.
Right.
And I think that's before, I really hope that people start to understand, not to get to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can, medicate yourself safely and still take care of yourself so that you don't end up getting to that point to where it's like a do or die type of scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's kind of human nature to wait until.
It is because, we don't think we think we're immortal. It's not going to happen to me.
Yes. It's like, when people want a quick fix, the pharmaceutical industry does give them that kind of quick fix, like with, some of the opiates and things, and natural medicine takes longer.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the Blue Sage product line, the microdosing, and they don't realize that CBD is going to take like maybe 30 days to really start feeling effective in the body. It could. And all natural medicine takes time, right? I mean, you took how many years to get yourself to that point, and you want to be healed like this? Like,
right.
So I always tell people, look, you can have a completely brand new body in 7 years. The cells all regenerate themselves, but you have to discipline yourself with new habits and choose, the natural medicines that are safe and effective and don't have all those side effects. Like the body knows how to read cannabis 100%. I love that part about cannabis. Like there's not this, the body doesn't have to be like, what's this toxin here? I got to wrap it up in fat or phlegm and store it in my liver or my, or my gallbladder or whatever,
Well, and by taking care of one symptom, you're not going to create a multitude of symptoms and then have to get on another medication to address that symptom.
Yes, that was always insanity to me. And then the power people put in doctors who are just really like, when I was going to Michigan State, I had a lot of medical student friends. And then I realized that their curriculum was paid for by the pharmaceutical industry. So they were basically just being taught to prescribe.
Yes. Yeah.
And they knew nothing about nutrition. So our immune system.
I think they get like one class their first semester and that's it for nutrition.
And that is maddening to me. And people need to understand that, like, you know, it all starts in the gut.
Mm-hmm. Well, they do call it our second brain for a reason. I mean, cravings, you know, just cravings alone. Look at you rolling. I cannot roll. I have to use a roller. I can't roll my hand.
I'm still a joint roller. I never got into vapes. I never got into any of that stuff.
Yeah, I have them for like sometimes when I'm in public and I can't light up a joint, which isn't that often. Let's be honest. But for me, they're too harsh. I don't like how they change my voice, and I cough with them, you know, more.
Okay.
They just, for me, they're just a little bit harsher. And I don't like the high. I feel like the high, like it's a more intense high, and then it's shorter lived.
Oh, okay.
So instead of like that more, I like the more even.
Yeah.
The duration of it.
And it's whole plant medicine when you smoke it this way.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers. So I don't have a lighter.
Oh,
I know. We were looking for a lighter earlier. And I thought I packed
so
one,
funny.
which is hilarious.
I
know.
Be right back.
Be right back. There's always something that happens. I mean, this is live. Why not? Did you find one?
Don't laugh, but it's this giant.
Okay, you know what?
Kitchen torch.
It'll work. Cheers. Let's do this again.
Okay. You want me?
Oh my God.
That's nerve-wracking.
Not really. Here.
Well, to do it for someone else.
Oh. Here, I need some more.
It is here. I like to do
I hear that. Well, that was.
Whoa!
That's cool. I need to get one of those. Especially when you're out
I
in
want
the
to take
wind.
these down to Jamaica because they don't have anything like this down
No,
there.
they don't. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you've opened a couple dispensaries, and you have a product line. What's your product line? Dori Balm?
Yeah.
Tell me about Dori Balm.
Okay.
Okay.
Dori Balm originated in the year 2000. Here's the ashtray.
Oh, okay.
I really needed something for my back pain because I was
Okay.
dancing all the time, and you know, between rehearsals and gigs and practice, you know.
What type of dance do you do?
West African.
Wow. I need to learn some of those.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so you hurt your back dancing, or just
No, because of my scoliosis.
Okay. Okay.
I was just always in pain. So I really needed something for fast muscle recovery.
Okay.
And so, and I was really big into essential oils and things like that. And my husband, he was traveling to West Africa. He's a West African drummer.
Oh, okay.
And we have land in West Africa. He was taking travelers there to study drum, dance, and balafon.
Wow. Okay.
And he would bring me back these giant balls of karité or shea butter.
Okay.
And wrapped in leaves and things. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
real shea butter.
Real.
Yes.
It was just so beautiful.
Okay.
So he would bring these back for me, and I used it in all kinds of things. But just one day I was in the kitchen, and like, you know, I feel like it kind of was downloaded. So I was really asking for something for pain, and you know, I was like, okay, this, and use that, and use that. So
right.
I put the ingredients together, and it's been the same recipe ever since.
Wow,
it worked.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it worked for my back. And when Ryan would put it on my back, his hands were all cut and bruised from playing the djembe.
Right.
And he'd wake up in the morning like his bruises were gone, his cuts were healed.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, wow, okay. So then we started selling at the music festivals, and
right.
we had quite a following of people who used it, who were drumming, you know, drummers and dancers. Oh, mine went out. And then let's see. So that was in 2000, and then when I opened Ganja Mama's, I sold it there.
Okay.
But it was like Ganja Mama's Cannabin Care. Like it had many different names.
Okay.
And then when I sold those businesses in 2013, I stopped making it.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was, like, I don't know. I don't know why. But then when I opened Bloom and started making it again, that's when it got the name Dori Balm, because I couldn't think. Like, it's funny. I'll tell you why.
Well, you are the creator.
Right. But that's like, some people think, oh, it's so egotistical.
No, I don't think it's egotistical at all. Oh my gosh.
But I realized that, okay, when I was a kid, I always wanted a barrette with my name on it. There were all of my friends had names with a barrette with their name.
I could never find Ida either.
Yeah.
I understand your pain.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm just going to use my name, on a brand, because nobody really knows it. Not that they know, not me, but the name is just, well, the fish made it popular.
Yes. Dori was a cute little blue fish.
Yeah. So so it became Dori Balm. And then
I love
that. But through the years of having it at the dispensaries, I learned all these other things that people were saying. It worked on this, it worked on that.
Exactly.
Arthritis is a big one, but also nerve pain and any kind of neuropathy.
Right.
People were telling me it was working on that. They were coming in saying it was working on their eczema, psoriasis, bug bites. When I was in Jamaica, rashes.
Yeah.
Actually, I did have a rash in the beginning when I made it for my back. It cleared up a rash that I had on my belly, from my, it was just
I know. It is amazing. I use it on my wrinkles.
Yeah, people have told me that too. They use it for skincare.
Yeah.
In Jamaica, I had all these bug bites, all these mosquito bites.
Okay.
And so I put it on. It soothed them and it kept the bugs off.
Nice.
I was like, oh, wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. And then it's also sunscreen, because the shea butter is a natural sunscreen.
Which you told me, and I find that just amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that is so cool.
That works. Yeah.
Because I use that on mine too. That's so cool.
Yeah. So really muscle recovery though. If I get injured or I have a pulled muscle in my neck or
head to toe.
Head to toe. I recommend if people don't have someone to help them get it on their spine, to put it up on the bottom of their feet, because that'll bring it up through the body.
Right.
But that's my favorite thing to do right now on this planet, because I get so many, like weekly, I get people telling me how much it helps them. Right. And it makes me feel really good that I'm doing something beneficial on the planet.
Absolutely. Well, and you're helping that person find a little bit of quality. Yeah. And quality, like the older we get, like, well, especially Bella. I mean, she taught me that more than anybody, but the quality of life is so important.
It's extremely important. It's everything.
It's everything.
It is.
I mean, and we have to fight for that quality, no matter what it looks like. And and we don't have to agree with it. Everyone's quality is going to look different.
Right.
But we have to find it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was really taught that about 4 years ago. I was sick for 3 years. I had 2 autoimmune issues that popped up, and I was in bed in 2008 more than out of bed, and I had extreme I think they call them Herx reactions, or when you have Lyme's, the nerve pain is unreal.
Oh my
and I
goodness.
never understood neuropathy or people with nerve pain until then.
Okay.
And I now have so much compassion for people who have nerve pain. It's like electricity, like shooting up through the nervous system. And it's shocking. You don't want to be touched. I didn't want to be touched. I didn't want to be, and the Dori Balm helped so much.
Okay.
But when I was down and out, I just had to look at my life and be like, how hard am I pushing myself? How hard am I running? For what?
Right.
What am I really serving? Like, why am I pushing myself this hard? I've been missing out on too much play.
Right.
Like Denny Hayes, he would always, every time I went in to see him, you know him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He would say, "Are you having fun yet?" Right. And I'm like, I was, but I was very stressed out. Like this industry, especially in 2010. Yeah. It was like so stressful. I sacrificed a ton to fight for patient rights. Like my time with my kids, I was always the kind of mom that made 3 meals a day, and I wasn't home to make dinner. Like my daughter was older and could handle it for the two of them, but
Right. Well, but yeah, you did. You sacrificed, family time and
Mhm.
time, with your children.
Mhm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, that's, hindsight's, 2020, but that's time that we can never get back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do feel a little bit, there's a little twinge of like,
Right.
but
right.
you can't look back. You can't look in the rearview
and
mirror.
all we can do is keep going forward and,
Yes.
and cherish that time that we have with them.
Yes.
When we do get it.
Yeah. So I really realized in that time of being down that quality of life is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's great that you were able to like really put that in perspective though, and really like come face to face with yourself and ask yourself those questions because they're hard, and it's hard to answer them.
It's very hard to answer them. And sometimes that's where meditation really came in, is like sitting and allowing myself to have downtime and have space to not have to have it figured out, because that can be scary too. It's an identity crisis.
Well, and it's thinking that we have to have it all figured out like right now. And because we're not doing what we think we need to be doing, we feel like we're letting everybody else down and we're being judged. And it's like, hold on, like the only person who's our worst critic is us. We judge ourselves more than anybody else.
We do.
I mean, that little voice in our head, it's ours,
Yeah, I've been pretty good about, bringing consciousness to that, because I feel like if we pierce it with our consciousness, you can be like, hey, I see what you're trying to do right now, and that's not really going to work out for me, like but the biggest one is the fear of trying something new.
Yes.
So like just saying, okay, I'm going to just do my product lines and put them out in the marketplace and let go of retail and make a big shift into what felt like was more important and just one thing, instead of, I felt like I was always doing too many things.
Too many things. Yeah. Okay. So what else besides Dori Balm do you have?
In the product lines, the company name is Artemis Brands. Okay. We have the Dori Balm line, which is the analgesic topical line. We have Recovery Rub, Balance Rub, and Therapeutic Rub. Okay. They're all the Recovery Rub formula, but with added CBD or added THC. Right. Then we have the Blue Sage microdosing line.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Night drops, day drops, CBG, CBN, low dose THC, 1-to-1, that kind of thing for people. I was always on the low and slow train for new patients. Even still, I'm a low and slow kind of person.
Well, anyone just starting out needs to really go low and slow.
Yeah, like 2.5 milligrams is what I recommend. Even 1 milligram, like as we're finding.
Not a handful of gummies, no.
No, so many people would even, dispensary workers, they would tell patients, you could start with 10 or 50 or 100, and that is just not okay. Yeah, because one bad experience, you'll never go back. Exactly. But if you have good experience after good experience, like it's gonna get better and better for you. So that's the Blue Sage line. Then we have the
I know you're on the spot.
I know this. The Artemis Body Care line, we called that. That is the Sundara Sex Lube. Okay. And the Moon Tonic. Okay. That's our women's line specifically. Nice. And that people really love. Yeah. People really love it for all kinds of different feminine autoimmune issues with the Sundara. We get a lot of comments like, well, I'm not dry, I don't need it, but it's like, well, but if you want intensified orgasms and lengthened orgasms, you might want to try it. Right.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Don't knock it. And lube is everything sometimes.
Exactly.
Anyway, so that's great. That's a really fun product. The smell is an aphrodisiac. The essential oil blend is an aphrodisiac.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, on its own. So, and all our products are edible, the Dori Balm line and the Artemis Body Care line. Okay. And then the Moon Tonic, I love. I absolutely love. It takes the intensity of cramps from like a 10 to a 1 or 2 for about 4 hours. Wow. Yeah, so you can put it on topically. You can put it in your belly button. I put a dropper full on the tip of a tampon. Okay. And I've had women use it even when they have different issues going on, cysts or fibroids.
Oh,
that
really?
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I mean, in that case, you'd want to make a small suppository.
Right, right.
But I've had women just use a tampon when they're not bleeding, just to get it
up in there.
Yeah, you can also just put it on your fingers and put it around your cervix.
Okay.
That works too.
Okay.
That is incredible, and I'm never without it now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, cottonmouth is a problem for smoke a joint with Ida talking.
Would you like
I
some
didn't
tea?
get my water. I'm gonna go get it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I'll be prepared next time.
Drink break. Okay.
Drink break. Let's see. Oh, I love Dori Balm. Topicals are so amazing.
Look at
Thank
this.
you, Caitlin.
I've never done live.
Your skin is your body, largest organ, and it has endocannabinoid receptors. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Hey, Ryan. Nice.
Oh, yeah. So that's awesome. So Moon Tonic.
Moon Tonic and Sundara. Yeah,
okay.
Those are the two in that line. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's all for now. I mean, we've thought of we have lots of products that, we want to move forward with, but they're not out on the market yet. Like the bath salt and things like that.
Yeah.
Like a salt soak.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bath bomb and all kinds of things. But, this industry is difficult. It's like trying to grow a business is hard enough.
Right.
Trying to grow a business when the floor is constantly moving underneath you is another story altogether.
Right.
We've been completely, we've had to throw away hundreds of thousands of dollars with labels that we couldn't use or product we couldn't use because the state changed the rule from one thing to another.
My goodness. So you're just out that money because those labels are no longer valid.
Yeah, or all kinds of things.
Like, and there's no way to recoup that. There's no insurance or
no.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
So and then 2020 hits and we can't get in to train the employees on how to use the product or how to help them understand why 20 milligrams of THC works in the Dori Balm, because it's all the other essential oils that actually, like Dori Balm was made, this is interesting, from 2000 to 2010 was made without THC, without the RSO.
Okay.
Because it wasn't legal. So then in 2010, I added the RSO.
Okay.
And, so the product works
regardless
without it.
Right.
But with it, it helps break
so much more.
It does, break the cell wall barrier, I think, with RSO.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's really cool. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. I love how you're just popping with all these ideas.
Too many sometimes,
Yeah, but I mean, it keeps us young.
It does. It does. I mean, I'm a curious person, very curious and excited about life. There's so much that we can do, and I love co-creating my reality and how I can serve, and what resonates with me. Right. It makes me the happiest.
Exactly.
Doing, right?
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's all about, doing what we enjoy and how we find our happiness and our peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love your house, by the way.
Oh,
how many acres are you on?
23.
23.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've got some major plans happening here, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
Do you want to share?
Sure. Yeah. So I've had a vision of a retreat center here since I moved here about 7 years ago.
Okay.
Well, before that though, I did day retreats at my friend's dance studio, and I've done weekend retreats, and I've done week-long retreats in Jamaica. And
wow.
Yeah. And then my best friend and I teamed up and started doing retreats here at the ranch for the last 3 years.
Okay.
And so that's always a thing for me, is like, what
type of retreats are these?
These were mostly women's retreats that were focused on all kinds of wellness techniques.
Okay.
Because sometimes you just need the tools in your toolbox, right? We don't know, what do we do when we're feeling these ways, or how do we, and so some of them were kind of raw food cooking or laughing workshops, laughing yoga. We always did yoga, core strength. I would teach the core strength classes. We would do life coaching just in general on, how to process when things come up, when we get triggered. We've done play shops. My best friend is great with her play shops. She kind of leads people through ceremony. And that's always been a big part of our retreats is ceremony, calling in the directions and the earth elements and just, honoring source and our ancestors and all that. And that's a very real part of our retreats. We do vision, a lot of I teach co-creative meditation in the retreats. So how do we kind of, honor who we are as co-creative beings and then how do we work with that in this life? How do we do that? So teaching meditation techniques with that and doing vision boarding and journaling, dance. We've done all kinds of dance. Our retreat coming up in a month and a half. June 10th. I know. I wish you could come to that one.
I wish I could too.
That one is a movement is medicine themed retreat. And we, that one we do, last year we did belly dance, Nia.
What's Nia?
West African.
Oh, just dance.
Just a form of dance. Yes. Booty yoga. What else? Drumming. We do drumming workshops for the Dunes. Just all kinds of stuff. It's different. Everyone's different.
Yeah, but it's all just about, empowering and emotional and
and pushing past comfort zones. Really getting,
raw.
And being held by other women. Because women, how often are we taught how to really support each other?
We're not.
Right. Yeah. And so a lot of that kind of stuff. Everyone's different and everyone, the group is different. So the dynamics are different. But my dream with this place is to share it. It's always been like this place, my land here is for the community because it's so special. It's like it was a blessing to me, like really my partner's blessed me. I've worked hard for it the last 7 years. And I think that now it's time to really see that retreat center manifest.
That's so exciting.
Yes. So we're going to add other elements to the retreats. Do different sorts of, book it out for all kinds of different retreats, but it mostly be like a rental place. Right, as well, available for independent people to come in and rent the space. But we will facilitate ayahuasca.
Nice. And
mushroom journeys and full moon woods walks in the back and all kinds of things.
So I'm moving to Ann Arbor.
Oh, sweet. You want to work here
with
me? I'm excited. It's gonna be a ton of work. A lot of build out. But I've been looking into big community yurts. If anyone knows any great yurt companies out there,
send the information our way.
Building, small retreat little spaces. They call them tiny houses, but I can't call them that because I can't build those here on the land. But non-permanent retreat spaces where people can spend the night or the weekend or the week. Saunas, infrared sauna and heated saunas, cold plunges, just want to have sound therapy.
Oh my goodness. I love you. I love this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. This is
exciting. So excited. Yeah, it's really exciting. It'll take time, like a year to build it out, but we'll start doing those ayahuasca retreats this summer.
This summer.
I'll have next weekend is my big redo the back barn, get dirty and get busy.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, you have to, shoot me over your calendar, your list of events. And
I will. I will.
I'll definitely be here more often than I won't be.
Okay, sweet. It was fun. We had Julie Barron, who you know.
Yeah.
She
Hi, Julie.
hosted, hi, if you're out there. She hosted a dinner here the night before the Entheo Fest.
Yeah. Jim. Hey, Jim.
Short-term memory loss only is in effect while you're high.
Well,
Jim is a long-term memory, actually. Yeah, Julie and Jim, and they had the dinner here with the cannabis. It was mostly cannabis industry people, or a lot of them, the old pioneers, right? Rick and Jamie and Chuck, and it was just like, oh man, I can't wait to have a cannabis industry, like a pioneer
it sparked
event
something
here. Yeah, it was so nice to have everyone here and have that energy here. And the plant medicine is really calling me right now. And it has been for a couple of years, but I'm slow. And feeling into it, like, what is that calling? But I feel like I was a pioneer in the cannabis movement because I was passionate about our choice to use plant medicine for our physical being, our pain and stuff. And yes, it is, it helps us like unlock some spiritual sides of us, I think, too, but not as much as the entheogenetic plants.
Correct.
I feel like those connect us to those higher realms a little bit differently, more intensely. Yeah. And help with trauma, like help our etheric body, our feeling body, and help these other, bodies that we have heal. And now it's time to pioneer and birth this new wave of plant medicine in. It just seems like this is the time. Everyone's opening up for it. Yeah. The legalization movement. We should do a plug for that.
We should.
Sign the petition.
Sign the petitions.
There's a great petition going around right now that
for the decrim
of
entheogens and plant medicines.
And it's super important. If we don't if Julie and Jim don't get enough signatures by, I think sometime in June, it will not get put on the ballot. Okay. So you have to get your signatures, find a place where, I wish I knew more. I should have talked to Julie about Decrim Nature.
I know.
Is where you find out more.
Yeah. Decrim, they're on Facebook and YouTube, or not YouTube, Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Decrim Nature. Yes. And I think they're set up for different locations. So like Decrim, Ann Arbor.
Right.
The Hazel Park, there's the different
Detroit,
locations.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm starting to draw a blank. Not my forte.
I know it's not my, it's a super important part of it though, like of wanting to have a retreat center here because the legalities are everything. And then you automatically, I would always tell people who wanted to get into the cannabis industry, well, are you ready to be an activist? Because you have to be that first because it's still federally illegal. And you have to really understand the laws and how to help change laws. And so that part of it is super important.
Yeah, it is. And it's understanding why it's important to that individual too, where a lot of people, again, it's helping to educate, it's helping to just break down those stigmas. And again, what someone does, we can't judge and we can't hold them in a space of judgment when we ourselves have no idea what it is that they're doing or can even understand when we don't take the time to educate ourselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That is important, is just having an open mind and asking questions instead of just deciding, that you know it all already or you've seen enough or whatever.
Right.
And we don't have any idea what people are going through or the trauma they've suffered or why they would need to.
And each person has their own individual trauma. I mean, we all have it. It doesn't matter. You're not getting away scot-free.
No, it's part of the evolution
it's part of life.
Human.
It's part of the experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. So what's going on in Knickknacks?
Oh, Jamaica.
We're gonna switch to Jamaica.
Okay. So Knickknacks is a place near and dear to my heart. I went there for the first time in 2009.
Okay.
My boyfriend right now, that's his mom's place and where he grew up. And
And what
helped his mom and his stepdad build it from the ground up.
Okay, and it's what's the name of the
town? Aracabesa.
Aracabesa.
It's in Aracabesa, Jamaica.
Aracabesa. Okay.
It's now a guest house.
Okay.
It has been used for many things in the past, weddings and all that.
It's
now
a huge
school.
Location. By the way, it's beautiful.
It sure is. They packed a lot on a small piece of land. It's like not that big of a piece of land, but they packed every square inch.
Right. So they've had weddings and.
Right. Now they have a school.
Okay.
Benji's mom was a Montessori teacher.
Okay.
And she had a Montessori school down there, and now it's a government school, early childhood. On the first floor, the second floor is a guest house. She lives on the third and fourth floor, and then there's guest houses around the, periphery of the property.
Right.
It is right by the ocean, and I
think it was like a 5-minute walk.
5-minute walk. Yeah, you can see it from the second floor. Yes. You can see it. Right between Goldeneye and James Bond Beach, which is where Ian Fleming owned that land, and he wrote the James Bond series books.
And that was actually like built up. They created that. Right.
They dumped rock and sand and all that there.
I do have to say though, like when we were out in the water and we were holding on to each other, floating on our backs, it was amazing to hear like the click, click, click of the rocks. And I didn't know what it was. And when I asked you, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the rocks rolling along the bottom of the ocean.
Pretty?
That
was so relaxing doing that with you. I've always float by myself. It's not as relaxing because
you don't know where you're floating.
Yeah, just being out there by yourself. You can't like really let go or drift off too far. But with you that day, because we were holding, it was like, I could really let go. It was nice.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
It's a good exercise. So yeah, that's I took 2 women's retreats there in the years following, and it's a really beautiful space for that. And Dominica,
Benji's mom.
Yep. She would cook for us Jamaican lunch and dinner or breakfast and dinner, one of those. And she's just an amazing cook. She's Italian and
just that frittata that she made us for breakfast was to die for.
Yeah. So we do all those yummy things that stimulate the
senses.
Releasing of serotonins and things. It's just, Jamaica is unbelievable. It's rough. It's raw. It's loud. It pushes you to your boundaries of our comfort zones, because in America we are way too comfortable.
Oh my gosh, we can go to any store, we can buy anything. Everything's at our fingertips.
Yes.
I mean, we have no
push
idea.
of a button and it's delivered to our door.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you go to a third world country, it's
completely different.
Eye-opening, right? And to me, there's something so beautiful about that. Like, I guess it's maybe living so close to the line between life and death. Like, there's not a ton of storing or refrigeration, storing your next meal even, or banking your money or whatever. So you're just kind of living more in the now. I guess that's maybe what it is. So
the thing that really
more alive.
Yes, that's a great way to describe it. What really got me too was how happy everyone was. I mean, it didn't matter where you went or really what you were doing or who they were. I mean, everyone was just content and just peaceful. Overall joyful.
Yeah.
Just happy to see you.
Right.
It was for me, it was just a wonderful experience. Yeah.
Nice. Me too.
So you went down there and you did a lot of work on knickknacks. Am I saying that right? Knickknacks. Okay.
It is. I think the origin of that name was about knickknacks.
Okay.
Like traditional little ornament things that you put around your house or whatever. Because Benji's stepdad, Dickie, Dominica's husband, Dominica and him had a store across the street that had these kind of odds and ends.
Oh.
So he called it Knickknacks. So really the plaza across the street is Knickknacks.
Okay.
But
I love that though.
Yeah. So that was Dickie's way of saying knickknacks was knickknacks.
Right.
So that's what it became.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I really love that place, and Benji wanted to do something nice for his mom and invest money into it because it needed it. Obviously, all houses need that.
But so it doesn't matter where you're at.
Right. Yeah. So we just decided to spend a couple months and go down there and give it the love that it needed. All the new cement work, and everything's made from cement and rebar down there, right? So,
and they do it all by hand, which is just phenomenal in itself. Again, you look at the way that our construction crews work, and I know you guys work hard. I'm not taking anything away from you, but then again, you watch it being done by hand, and you're just it's a new appreciation. You're just like, holy fuck! I mean, wow.
Yeah, it was beautiful to watch. Definitely watching them build a 3-story scaffolding, all with this scrap of wood and that scrap of wood, and
it just somehow fit together.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
So, and the salt air, it roughs up that place pretty quickly. Everything, metal, plastic, it eats up plastic. It's
right. Well, and the hurricanes that come through.
Right. So the whole place needed a, new facing of the concrete and new paint. So we just put the primer on. That's all we had time for. So it's all white.
But it looks good all white, though.
It does. Dickie actually wanted it that way.
Oh.
He loves white, and he wanted a big white house,
Okay. Well, what color was it supposed to be originally?
Well, Dominica, I had presented like marjarel blue. Benji and I really liked these blues from the Cuban blues or Moroccan blues,
which those are pretty.
Those are so pretty.
Yes.
So pretty. And Dominica loved it. She loves blues. So and blue's a great color for healing. So but we couldn't find it down there. There's not a lot of choices down there, and I didn't think that through. And I didn't bring paint.
Well, that's just it. Again, like a third world country, and we can go to any store and get whatever we want.
Yes.
And it's not understanding, like, once you get there, like, this is it.
Yeah.
These are your choices.
Yeah. I did find a paint store, though, that could make any color I brought to them. So if I brought them this shirt and said, I want this color, they would do it for me.
Okay. That's amazing.
They can't do it in America that way. I've never seen them. I mean, maybe they could if they could scan. No, maybe they could have the scanning technology now. I think they do.
Okay.
But they were doing it by their eye.
Wow. Yeah. They don't have that technology there.
Right. So that was fun because I would bring them a headscarf or something that,
the colors you chose. It's so colorful.
Thank you. So all the colors we do have there are all custom made.
I love that.
Yeah, that was fun.
That is so neat.
So someday we're hoping to get some marjarel blue down there, but who knows? That's a hard one to come. It's like luminescent cobalt.
Okay.
It's a really hard color to it has a lot of life to it.
Right.
Anyway, the idea is to do retreats down there. We want to take these ayahuasca retreats and do them down there in the entheogenic plants down there.
Right.
So we can do retreats in that atmosphere as well.
Okay.
So the school will be moving out, and we'll use the first floor for a retreat space.
Wow.
And
do you feel like you're coming full circle with your life's mission?
I absolutely do.
That is amazing.
I do.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It feels really good. Like I've had my chart read like a few times because that really helps, when you think about where you incarnate.
Exactly.
And then the charts are like a roadmap if you get a good astrologer, right? So that's like a roadmap. And then so seeing that and like understanding and looking back through my life and everything I've done, I feel like this is just this perfect culmination of what I care most about, what I love to do, what I want to share with the world. My contribution. And
I love that.
So it does feel good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Thank you.
It's empowering. And
it does feel good because half the battle or struggle sometimes is figuring it out.
Right.
What am I supposed to be doing with my energy and my time?
Yeah. Aw.
So
anything in the future? Do you see yourself doing anything else?
I definitely want to take the Dori Balm brand to be an international brand. I want to take it all the way.
Okay.
I mean, I love the Michigan market.
Right.
But I would love it to be an international brand.
Absolutely.
I want to take it big and far. So
yeah.
I'm studying right now a course called Start and Scale.
Okay.
And loving it, because I definitely plan to do that. It's just, I got to balance my time.
Right. Well, if there's a will, there's a way. And girl, you got it.
I do have the will.
Yes. And there is a way.
There is a way.
There is always a way.
Always a way. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's amazing. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Your dreams are all like coming true. You're manifesting.
Yeah. And I mean, really, honestly, I wouldn't change anything about my life. Like, I feel like it was, one great experience after another. I mean, of course, sometimes we're hard and painful. And
it's still
I felt like I failed, but really it was just a lesson. Exactly. And I learned from it and then grew from it. And so.
Well, and sometimes we do have to experience the negative or the bad to understand what we don't want to ever experience.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can't always be on cloud nine and experience
greatness
all the time. I mean, there has to be some in betweens and some bottoms. And it's appreciating the tops when you are on the bottom, because it's like, you know what, I want to get back there
again. The contrast is important, actually, just for appreciating, like you're saying, when you're not in that space of contrast. You don't want.
Right. Oh, well, thank you so much for, inviting me over to your wonderful home. It's so beautiful here. I love the energy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sitting down with me and lighting a joint.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me on your podcast.
Yes. Was, we got a little, sorry.
Oh, you're all right.
We got a little bit of, got to learn about your information, and thank you for sharing and opening up. And,
I really love what you're doing. I like your vision and your product line, your brand.
Thank you.
This Smoke a Joint with Ida is something that I've always shied away from cameras and all that,
Right.
And I commend you for
going
out there and doing that.
Well, you kind of
really great and fun idea too, because there's so many beautiful women in this cannabis space in Michigan that we don't get to hear from. And I love that you're, going to go around and make your rounds, and we'll get to hear from them.
Yeah.
I guess it's not just women.
No, it is just women.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It's my podcast. Let's see. There we go. Thank you all for joining us today. And thank you, Dori. I appreciate it. And check out her line. She's in dispensaries.
Yeah. We're in about 175 dispensaries at this point, both medical and adult use.
Okay.
Yes. You just have to, my advice is to go on Weed Maps, type in your city, then type the product line, then call ahead. And, you can always ask your favorite dispensary too. Hey, do you have these products? I'd really like to try them, or I really like them. I'd love you to carry them. And they like new ideas like that too.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Go get you some lube.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Take care.
Bye.